Liliana. You're cute. Hello, good game. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for your time and attention. Make sure to like the video to help support the show. Right down below you there. It's easy. Turn it blue. It looks good that way. And today we are playing with Esper Control. 60 card standard deck, best of one. Bringing some new heaters to the game. There are so many new Strixhaven cards that set, I believe, the foundation of what Esper will become. And I'm just trying to experiment with it a little bit and see what's working really good and, getting a good idea so we can, begin that journey of cementing a top competitive Esper deck. Of course, we'll break down the deck for you guys, talk about strategy, synergy, show you the gameplay footage so you get a good idea as the viewer whether or not this is the deck for you and your wildcards. Of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. Big shout out to Unshaven Leg, just won himself a Scalding Tarns, valued at a casual 160 USD. Woof. And then for our next giveaway, we're giving out a standard play set to someone. Complete rare set, like 400 USD. So subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out on that. And of course, we're into the deck now. Alright, 60 card, best of one, standard, 3.3 average mana, 32 non-creatures, 3 creatures, 25 land in the deck with a, pretty black focused build and an even white-blue split to back it up. We've got some pretty cool things in the deck. First off, let's hit what's new. Professor Onyx. This is in every one of my builds so far. She is so good. She wins me every game that I play her almost. 5 loyalty when she enters for 6 mana. Magecraft whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery. Deal 2 damage to your opponent and you gain 2 life. +1, you lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest in the graveyard. -3, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. And -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life, and repeat this process 6 more times, 7 total, which is just like so much damage, right? We also have a single copy of the Wandering Archaic, one of my favorite creatures in the set. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, they may pay 2. If they don't, you may copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for that copy. We have Exploring the Vast Lands on the opposing side for 3 mana at sorcery speed. Each player gets to look at the top 5, taking a land, an instant, or sorcery from among them, putting them into their hand, the rest in the bottom of the library randomly, and then we will gain 3 life each as well. So, not great, but it can get you out of a brick, you know what I mean? And that's going to be more important than giving your opponent something. Moving on from there, we've got 3 copies of Baleful Mastery, instant speed for 4. We can reduce its cost through the student loan function, paying only 2 then. If we do this, our opponent gets to draw a card, and we'll exile target creature or planeswalker, which is, so good. It's absolutely crazy, because there's a lot of indestructible around right now. 3 copies of Vanishing Verse, instant speed for 2, exile target monocolored permanent, Fracture ×2, also for 2 mana at instant speed to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. 2 copies of Test of Talents, instant speed, counter target sorcery or instant spell, search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of the spell with that name, exile them, shuffle, and then they will draw a card for each card exiled from their hand this way, right? So that's nice as well. We don't have really anything else other than that in deck that's new. To round things off, we've got the Mazemind Tome. Tap it to scry 1, tap it, pay 2 to draw a card. When there's 4 page counters on it, every time you tap it, you get a page counter. You will sacrifice it and gain 4 life, so that's nice. 2 copies of Negate, instant speed for 2, counter target non-creature spell. Single disruption, counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 with the ruins on the back side. 2 copies of Stroke, instant speed, counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. That's good in a Winota meta. A single copy of Elspeth Nightmare, destroy target creature and opponent controls with lesser than 2 mana value. Next up, they reveal their hand. You take a non-creature card from it, and they discard it, and then finally exile their graveyard. So that's great too as well. And then, into some of the more fun stuff here. 3 copies of Shadow's Verdict. Exile all creatures and planeswalkers with mana value 3 or less from the battlefield and from the graveyard. Woof. And then, into the planeswalkers, we've got Ashiok, Nightmare's Muse. 5 loyalty, +1, create a 2/3 whenever it engages in combat. Exile the top 2 of our opponent's library, which is great. -3, exile target, return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to their hand, and then have them discard a card into exile from their hand. That's great. If you bounce a token, it's double great. And then -7, you get to cast up to 3 spells from among face-up cards your opponents own in exile without paying their mana cost. And, that takes into account the tokens whenever they're doing the combat damage situation, and then, when you're -3 on one of their permanents as well. So that's pretty cool. And then, finally, the Dream Trawler. And this is where it gets really interesting. 3/5, flying lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, the Trawler gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. Whenever the Trawler attacks, draw a card. We can discard a card to give it hexproof until the end of turn, untapping it. We combine both the Professor Onyx's discard ability, the Dream Trawler's discard ability, with the Elspeth Conquers Death. When it enters, exile target permanent an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Next up, non-creature spells they cast cost 2 more until our next turn. And then finally, return creature or planeswalker from our grave to the battlefield with a counters on it or a loyalty on it, right? And this is great because we can use the Trawler to discard Liliana or Onyx. Onyx can discard Trawler to the grave, and we can pull it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. We could be grabbing Ashiok as well, or the Wandering Archaic with the Elspeth. So I really like the Trawler, Onyx, Elspeth combo, and I think in the future we may focus on that more because it did seem to yield very successful results. We've got the temples, we've got the pathways here for land consistency, the castles as well, of course, right? So that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As far as your general strategy and synergy goes, survive. You know what I mean? You need to get Shadow's Verdict to clear the aggro deck. You need to get Negate to clear the Ultimatum deck. At this point, you can focus in on just general card advantages through the Tome and, getting your Trawler and Professor Onyx in play, stuff like this, right? So good luck. I know you'll like the deck. Check out the gameplay footage now, enjoy, and we will be back to wrap up with my final thoughts after that. Don't go anywhere. Exciting news as always. Alrighty, lots of land with a verdict. That's all you need to see. It's all you need to see. We've got Scrylands to open it up. I love it. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is it good or is it bad? I don't know. It could be a dead card. Could be a dead card. If they're all, 2 CMC and less. Oh no, not Test of Talents. Don't take my talents. They probably take Verdict too, right? Because it messes with their graveyard. So we know they're Croxa. We know we hate them. And we just need to find another Shadow's Verdict. Easy. Right? It's an easy game. Just draw what you need. And the earlier on that you can determine what that need is, the easier the execution will be. So we want Graveyard Hate. We also have an Elspeth's Nightmare in deck. That'll do the job. Interesting. We'll toss the land, even though it's our beautiful Scrylands. Love those. Hate to toss them. I'll take 1 damage. That's okay. Counter that because it's annoying and I hate it. Pass our turn. We have Exile open. We have Test of Talents open. Straight up learn, baby. Alright. To exile! Well, it's a good thing. That's pretty cool, just grabbing phoenixes like nobody's business. They're both in the exile pile now, thankfully. I never thought of that. Milling phoenixes, that's a cool idea. Steel Giant, kudos to you, my friend. So this is really cool because we can use the Trawler to discard Professor Onyx to bring it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. Hot dog. I've not played with Elspeth Conquers Death since Teferi's day. But if they're just making us discard it, go ahead, right? Liliana, you're cute. I say we just take the plus-a-ronies. Oh my gosh. This annihilates their deck, but this is like the ultimate BM, right?
There has to be an answer here.
Woof. I guess we should have held up counter magic in case they have an extinction event. But these are evens and their field is even as well. We're going to hold the land to discard potentially. In case they try to double tap us. That gets negate. I should have tapped Trawler. This is fine.
I need answers, not more problems.
Oh, we lose our Castle Vantress too. I still think we're in a great spot. And maybe we should have taken their graveyard. Maybe we should have taken their graveyard.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful.
We do love the draw. We push each other up. Take our hit skis. 12 damage, you know. That's enough life to feel pretty good about ourselves. And we do have Magecraft here. Not quite enough for the kill, but a couple more damage, right? 4 more damage, 4 more life. Let's just keep her alive. It's okay if she goes to 2. Good game. Professor Onyx. I'm telling you guys, this card. I love it. Woof. There's no Shadow's Verdict. It's hard playing a game without Shadow's Verdict. It's like, how do I win any matches without it? That's what it feels like. It is. 100%. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. How else do you beat these decks? Play Shadow's Verdict. Oh, they're really going for it. Let's just take their draw engine. Here, verdict, 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 verdict. Come on. Come out and play. Wow. Flying damage, huh? Cool. Probably holding up their own counter magic, hey? Negative. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. So I guess we probably cast Stroke here, maybe Fracture, let's see. Down to 10. Oh my gosh. Let's see what's going on. I mean, there's a world in which we can mastery and stroke for the student cost. Wow.
Hello and welcome everyone to a new video
That
here
is
on my channel. Today
quite
with a special
very
guest.
painful.
It's Hello Good Game, big YouTuber and Twitch streamer. We go way back. We met each other over a year ago when I was a small streamer,
Shadow's
he was a
Verdict?
small YouTuber, and
Where
we
are
both
you?
went a different direction. We stayed in contact, which is quite cool. And yeah,
Oh,
now
wow,
he asked
forgetting
me
about this
if I want to
thing,
collab on
Cheese and
his
crepes.
YouTube channel. And in return, he also is here on my channel. And
still
definitely
gonna
check him out
somehow.
on his YouTube and Twitch. He is streaming also a lot. He rates us a lot. You should definitely show some support to him. He's a great guy and he brews a lot. He also does many budget-friendly decks. He brews his own styles of
7
deck.
damage
It's really
down to
fun.
3.
He played a really cool deck today. Bunt deck. I will not say more. It took definitely a game of me. Yeah, definitely check it out. We played against
Please
each other.
check it.
One best of one. We choose both two decks. We played against each other, and the winner deck
not the
goes to
card
the
to win the
final. And in
game.
the end, we played a final match.
That is not
Super
the
fun
card to win the game.
to do a collab with him. I hope we do more with
Tempoed
him.
out.
And be
Angry
nice to him. He's a
mouse
great
plays.
guy.
Angry
And yeah,
mouse
with no further ado, check out this video. Sadly,
Let's
you're
try
only going
another.
to see it from his perspective. I was too stupid to
2 land with
press
a
the
tome
record
should
button,
be good. We also
but
have a
that is
scribe.
actually cool. You're gonna see someone
Looking
playing
for
against me, but you
a
have
light
my
source
camera
when it's
always
not
also on the video.
a
So
necessity.
that must be really a new format, and we just invented that by accident. And yeah, enjoy it, guys. Have fun.
We need the land first. It means nothing without land. But it also means everything. And that wasn't a land underneath either, so we do need to remember that, like, hitting our land drops is the key component here. Cool, cool, cool. That's a problem. We need removal. We also need the land. Oh my gosh. We're so screwed. Alright, Vanishing Verse does not work well here. Just getting our tome up to 4 for the life eventually. And then we have a stroke for this next Winota. Oh, that's a BM. They take stroke, make it 4. For 3, that's fine. Up to 17. Oh no. Only we had 1 more mana. This does stop the War Singer, though. Like, they'll probably play Haktos. And that sucks. 4? No, it's 2. Yeah, Ashiok is good, though. If they pull an Alsad, it should be the War Singer that we take. Well, no, they can't, because the Archaic is colorless, so the protection trick doesn't work. So let's take the one that we know can hit. We are just on lethal timer here, though, with Haktos. What a good card. We need Heartless Act. Real bad. Yikes. Oh, but they've got the dumbass dog. But doesn't protection mean they can't target it with the dog? I'm pretty sure. Like, they should not be able to target Haktos with the dog because it's a 1-drop. Pretty sure. And if not, we get rid of the dog and we draw again. No, definitely doesn't work with the dog. They know it. They've done it before. Okay, they could top deck a Winota. We do have our stroke, though, right? Well, there's no getting around that. And it has freaking flying. And that flying is annoying, so it must go. What do they toss? Is it the Proctor? Are they holding on to something better? They tossed the Giant. They could have killed Ashiok if they tossed the Proctor. Let's stay in defensive position. Alright. That's good. Oh, more land.
All your fears are given for.
Alright, just chilling. The Archaic staying back is the only thing that protects us from an LSAD drop. That's not a one-nota, but it still needs to be countered. So now we're in a bad spot. We can pay for it. It's a permanent with an ETB. Get out of here, land. It just blocks and kills it. We're in a bad spot. For sure. They're holding on. Okay. So Negate's out of reach now. It's odd you see someone play the Proctor with the Binder, but I mean the flying's good here. Artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. I've never wanted removal more in my life. It's a really hard position to be in, I'll tell you what. They're gonna kill Ashiok. Oh god. Good game. That's just lethal. Show ourselves out. Oh my gosh. Shadow's verdict. If you don't show up next match, I'm gonna freak out. Scry lands with a tome should be fine. Turn 1 Selfless Savior. Looking for Shadow's verdict. Every single match, that's all that's... Like, you either play aggro or you search for Shadow verdicts. Kind of ridiculous what meta I'm living in right now. Screw it. Let's just go on the search. Just dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. You're not Shadow's verdict. Get out of here. Not finding it those last 2 matches is hurting my feelings. Alright, so Shadow's verdict is ultra expensive now, I see. We can still just fry it though, because it's, you know, cheap. But they've got the dog. So we're probably better off just to take the draw. Let's keep looking for the event. And then if we don't find it, we can verse it. Ooh. Gain 2 life. Let's take our draw. It's not it. Verdict, where are you? I will find you. Pass our turn. Wow. I'm glad everybody else is drawing what they need to today. Oh my gosh. It's a big hit for 6. 3 life. Shadow's Verdict. Show yourself. I mean, Trawler might work until it goes to 4 and they use Giant Killer on it. Oh, whoops, that's not Vanishing Verse. And then they sack the dog here. Let's grab our life. Still looking for a verdict. Well, that's not bad. I guess we can keep that. That'll buy us some time. Unless they play 3 creatures here. Okay, just them all. I don't mind. And a Daxos. Kind of annoying, but whatever. We can remove them both. Oh. So we're actually going to wait. And then wait for their attack phase. Maybe they play the shield, right? Fracture can grab the shield. I guess we should have exiled Daxo first and then killed Redain with Heartless Act because they'll get a life when I kill Daxos here. Oops. Oh no, it's other. Another. Alright. It is annoying. Got played as the creature. Hitting us for 2 at least. Oh, we don't have enough white source. No. Well, here you go. Come on, Planeswalker. That's so good, though. It's not removal. Can we wait? Okay, so this is frustrating. We're going to have to kill them all on the token. Test of Talents and Negate are both pretty super dead cards in this matchup. Wow. So that sucks too. They already have 25 life though. Really? I can't believe they're not going for that maul. They just want the life gain and they want to boost them up. Frustrating. Down to 4. So that's 3 games in a row. We've not seen a single extinction event digging through half of our deck. Unbelievable. Holding on. That's all we can do. Good game. Let's try one more for my pride, but... Oh, rough luck right here now. Okay. Maya says she believes in me. Never give up. Never surrender. Unveil and tap first. Are we seriously digging for Shadow's Verdict again? Every match. May as well just run 10 of them in the deck. There's a perfect control deck right now. It's 20 lands and 20 Shadow's Verdicts. That's how it feels, man. That's how it feels, man. What do they play here? Oh, shoot. We should have done it first. I bet they still boast. We should have done it first. They don't boast. They're playing something else. Spellbinder into our hand. BM. BM. Can we catch a break? You're asking yourselves? No. You cannot. Maybe we top deck a Verdict. Who knows where it goes? We've got an Act. We've got Heartless Act up, you guys. We're a couple of real killers here. Down to 16. Is this a silly Winota deck? How could it not be? You know what I mean? Everybody and their mom's playing Winota. This is human, so we just need to deal with the dog. And Bone Daddy, apparently. Loving that. Well, we can just exile Winota, right? If that is what's happening. A lot of land. Oof. Another giant. It's a lot of damage too. We can't even do jack shit about it. Let's force the discard of their hand. Right, because the token can't go to their hand, so they still have to exile. Oh, it's a Blade Warrior. Got him. We still take a ton of damage here, and they can top deck Winota. They can top deck a Blade Warrior. We have Stroke up, taking 5 damage. Where are you, Shadow's Verdict? I'm serious. This is our 4th game in a row. I don't exist in your deck anymore, bro. It's not even like we're running Yorion. You know what I mean? It's not even like we're running Yorion. Honestly, what a farcity. At least we have Negate up to protect us from anything silly. But if there's any haste, they just win. Or if there's multiple attackers, they just win. They have to whiff here. Okay. 4 games in a row. Not a single Shadow Verdict. Talk about cursed. Oh my gosh. I promise it's a fun deck. I was killing people with it last night in the play queue. But, you know, it happens, right? I'm not a proud man, I'll be honest. Woof. Talk about getting punished. You know, it's important for me to include days like this where things don't connect. You know what I mean? People give me a lot of flack when I post the decks, like, oh, 100% win rate, undefeated, look what we did. And they're like, well, I lost every match, and so you're a liar, and I hate you because of it. It's like, whoa! So I try to, you know, show the results that I get day to day, so you guys do have the realistic expectations of, you know what, this kid doesn't win every single match he plays. Look, he loses plenty. He's still in the highest levels of gameplay, so, you know, that should, if anything, strengthen your resolve within yourself and the motivation to go out and strive a little higher, right? So, you know, it's a hard game at times. You know, you don't always line up with the correct matchups, and, you know, you've seen us in 4 matches in a row digging through our deck for Shadow's Verdict. We knew on the second turn every match, it's like, okay, where's Shadow's Verdict? And we just started digging, still couldn't get there, you know what I mean? So, oh, it happens. Don't worry about it, you guys. Brush it off. Ain't nothing but a thing. We're on to the next day and the next deck, of course. Not to think that this one doesn't work. I still believe in it. I do want to fine-tune it, though. I want to continue to work with the Esper build, really get it executing on all cylinders, because Elspeth Conquers Death, Professor Onyx, and Dream Trawler, now that is some serious synergies, and I think Wandering Archaic has a use in here as well. So I'm going to keep working with it. Stay tuned for the next build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I'm always taking everything you say into consideration. So, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you spending the time. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next. Don't forget to support if you can.